Hello and welcome to Clarified Solutions Business Insights. Today is all about how to make connections and deliver results. Now, I'm going to take a slightly different angle on what I mean by making connections. What often springs to mind with this particular topic is making connections with people. I would actually like to focus on making connections between ideas. So the reason for this is I'm often presented with a vast and disparate array of information that I then need to synthesize to actually give some meaning to in order to achieve a particular result. So people are often baffled at how I do this. Partially, I think it's the way in which I approach work, the way in which my brain works and computes and understands information, but also it does come down to my professional and academic training as well. So being able to firstly broaden your awareness to an incredible range of information, then to be able to distinguish the core elements of information to pick out, and then be able to bring those all together in a really coherent manner. This is such a useful skill. I would highly recommend that you work towards developing this yourself. So when it comes to creating meaningful connections between things, what I always do is work with the end goal in mind. So what is it that my client is wanting to achieve? Are they wanting to have a successful tender or grant application? Are they wishing to expand a certain area of their business and therefore need supporting documentation for this? Are they wanting to promote their brand in the broader market and need supporting information for that as well? Or a whole range of other projects that I am engaged in and enjoy delivering. So first think about, okay, what are the end goals that you have in mind? And then start to take a step back and look at where are you now? Often another complex factor is that the information that you need is not necessarily all presented to you simultaneously. So it's part of my responsibility to build a tapestry of information and then see where the large gaping holes may be. And then to be able to communicate what it is within those areas of information that I require for the project to be successfully completed. And it doesn't stop there. Sometimes that information requested hasn't been contributed because of creating that information in the first place. So that's something which you may actually need to provide further guidance for and further updates as different iterations of that information is presented to you. But always stay on track. What is your end goal? How are you going to get there? How can you make meaningful connections between ideas? It's incredibly important, and what it will do is it will set you apart from everybody else in that competitive process, if that's what you're engaged in, or it will help you stand out across the broader market if it's something which is going to be used to encourage further stakeholders to invest or expand business operations or launch new products and services or whatever the end goal might be. Now, there is a certain moment for myself which I gain incredible satisfaction from, is I call them light bulb moments. So when you make a connection between all of this information, or others in the team you're working in make a connection at the same time or a different time, and they go, oh, now I understand. This is how this relates to this, or whatever way in which they express it. This is a wonderful moment because this is when a new realization is born. And what's important about that is that you are seeking novel ways to articulate what it is that you're doing. You don't want to be repeating those old pathways of information because clearly they haven't achieved the outcome to date, so it stands to reason that they wouldn't achieve it moving forward. So let's try and spark that imagination, that creativity. How is it that something that was produced or presented several years prior could still be made relevant in the here and now? How is it that a team member's particular skill sets, for example, could be showcased in a way where it shows that there is a high likelihood that a project would be successfully delivered, thereby instilling confidence in the people who may be investing in that project? So this is how can you connect ideas to achieve that outcome. This is one of my favorite things to do, as you can tell. And one way in which I practice this particular skill is by reading broadly. So being able to connect ideas, connect different storylines, different character arcs, thinking about different facts or even fictional based narratives as well, and how it is that the author is able to connect ideas and present these clearly, or sometimes in quite an interesting way that only gains clarity towards the end of that particular narrative. So engaging with literature, having discussions with people as well, and understanding what it is, the connection between where they are now in their work and their careers and the joy of what they do, and how it is that they came to that particular point in time. What was it that really compelled them to keep striving, keep pushing towards a particular outcome? That connection can help you really appreciate and understand them, and of course can be woven into the success of that project as well. So I encourage you to always be on the lookout for connections and be open and receptive to them. Also, be actively involved in creating them. So as you can tell, this is a particular area of interest of mine. So I would encourage you to seek opportunities to find connections between these different ideas, not to have them necessarily immediately presented to you. So I would suggest seeking opportunities to connect ideas. Just wait and see what the results are. As always, I wish you all the best and every success. Take care. Thank you for joining us to uplevel your business, skills, and knowledge. Click the links below and subscribe to the Clarified Solutions social media platforms to receive regular updates. Weekly resources will be provided along with gifts to assist you in your journey in upleveling your business expertise and confidence. We look forward to continuing to support you in your journey as you become the leaders and the business experts you wish to be.